In this chapter, we're going to take a look at layer masks. Layer masks allow us to create some very powerful photo editing effects to our pictures. The first step in non-destructive editing is for us to come down to our Layers panel, and we're going to create an adjustment layer in the Layers panel to turn our whole image into a black and white image. But instead of going to Image Enhance, we're going to use an adjustment layer, a black and white adjustment layer, or if you're working in Photoshop Elements, you can use a hue saturation layer and then remove all the saturation to create a black and white image. Ordinarily, the image would be completely black and white, but because we've created an adjustment layer, I can actually see the original image underneath completely unharmed. Next to the adjustment layer, we have a rectangle of white. This is the mask for the adjustment layer. Currently, everything that's white is going to get the effect, the black and white effect. If I select that layer, and I can tell it's selected by the black outline in the corners, I can now paint to create a mask that will reveal the color underneath. If I get my default colors with the letter D, exchange for black, hit the letter B for my brush, and I'm going to control click to increase the size of my brush here, I can now paint out the black and white effect to reveal the color underneath. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how you can take three separate images and composite them into one. We're going to start with Bridge because it has a handy tool for doing this. You can select your three separate images, go to Tools, and inside Photoshop Tools, we can load these files into Photoshop Layers. You could also simply copy and paste the two extra files into the first to create three layers. Notice I'm only seeing the top image right now. In order to see the other two pictures that I shot using a tripod, so that all the background remains the same, I'm going to apply a layer mask. And just like the adjustment layers, if I click a layer mask, I now have the mask attached to the actual image layer. I can create a selection using my McKee tool, and I can mask the whole right side of this part of the image. I have my default colors with black in the background. That means if I hit the delete key, it'll create a mask over that area that I'd selected. I can click on the second layer, add a new layer mask, once again create a McKee selection, and delete in that area to reveal beneath. I can also go in with my paintbrush if I wanted to tighten up those areas. But in this way, you can combine three separate pictures to create a fun image technique.